boys and girls. Okay, today we're going to be doing some printmaking. You're going to need some paper to use for making your prints. Mrs. Walker will have a printing plate for you and your partner to share. You need some paint to put on your plate, a Q-tip to draw with, and don't forget to put your name and class code on the back of your paper before you start. So I think to make sure that I'm ready, I'm going to write Mrs. Walker on 2 pieces of paper, because I'm going to hope that I get 2 prints done here. Mrs. Walker, and then I'm ready to start printing. Okay, you're going to be sharing this with your partner, so I want you to take turns. So you get to take a print, so I would take a print, and then I would wait, and then I would, when my partner was done, I would take another print. Okay, so to get started, you're going to need to put some paint on your printing plate. I'm going to take some of this and paint it all over the shiny plastic part. Okay, if you go off the edges, that might happen a little bit, but try not to. Try to keep it right on your printing plate. And an interesting thing you're going to see about prints is, do you see all these lines that my paintbrush is making? Those are going to show up when I print. So I'm going to smooth them out for this print, and then I'll show you what it looks like if I make them all wavy for my next print. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside, maybe here, so it's not getting on my messy mat, it's just getting on this. And then I'm going to use this as my drawing tool. I could draw anything I want. I think today I'm going to draw a snowman, so I'm going to just start by making the first snowball, and then another one, and another one. And let's see, this is kind of a not a very sharp point, so I'm just going to make his nose look as much like a carrot as I can. Oops, I almost dropped it. And some eyes. I need to just take away, so this is called reductive printmaking. It means you're going to take away some of that paint. So by touching this into this, it's going to take away a little bit of my paint. Okay, I want to make sure he has some stick arms. Let's see, what else? Oh, he needs a scarf. Make a little scarf hanging down. I need to make sure the ground is here, so he's not just floating in space. Maybe there's a cloud in the sky. Sun is up here. Okay, now I feel my paint starting to kind of dry a little bit, so you got to work kind of quickly or your paint will dry. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take my print so that it doesn't get too dry. Now, all you do for your print is make sure you can see your name. You want your name on the top side, and the clean, clear side you're going to put down on top of your print. So I'm going to lay that right over my snowman, and then I'm going to give it a really good back massage. Okay, now if a little bit of the paint comes off the sides here, I might get it on my fingers, so I'm trying to just stay right on my paper here. If you get on your fingers, remember you got your cleaning cloth at your table. You may have to do that. All right, when you're sure that you've pressed really good, give it a good massage, because you want to make sure you pick up as much of that paint as possible. You can even take a little peek here. Oh, cool. And there it is. Look at that. My first print. Okay, so then I set this aside, and it's my partner's turn. So my partner would get the paint. They're going to paint right over my picture. Just cover it right up, like so. And then they're going to get to draw into theirs. Now remember I said all these lines show. I'm going to actually do some swirls and twirls. And you'll see these swirls and twirls in my picture when I get done. Okay? All right, there's my swirls and twirls. Now I'm going to draw... I think I'm going to do flowers this time. I'm just going to do a bunch of flowers. There's a flower, there's a flower. Let's see, I might need some stems and some leaves. Okay, and here's another flower. And amongst my flowers, let's see, I might even have a little happy little spider up here. He is just sitting up here on the flowers. There's always legs. Spiders have how many legs? Yeah, I hope you said 8 legs. Okay, now I don't want to take too much time because I want to be sure and get my good print here. So I might make the ground down here. All right, I'm ready to stop and print. I have my name on my paper. There it is. Check for your name. Make sure you can see your name. And lay your paper right on top of your print. Give it a good back rub. Ooh, I can kind of even see my flowers right through this paper. Cool. And I'm making sure that I don't just pull it up without pressing down. Good back rub is important for prints. Otherwise, some of the paint might not stick to your paper. Okay? All right, when you feel like you've given it a good little massage, peek a little bit. Oh, that looks good. All right, here we go. Wow. Okay, so do you see all my brush strokes in the back? On this one, my brush strokes are going across because I did that with my brush. And on this one, they're kind of swirly and twirly, which is how I did my brush, right? Okay, now it's ready for the next person to go. I'm going to set this. These actually need to go on the drying rack. So probably while you're waiting for your turn, you could carry this over to the drying rack and let it dry. Okay? All right, have fun printing.